Hello everybody. Hello YouTube. Hello art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados. It's me again, Miss M. And I'm back with yet another video. This time, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about this time. But, I have an idea. I have an idea of what I'm going to talk about. But knowing me, there ain't no telling what it is that I'm really going to say, if I say anything. If you noticed in my videos in the description, I always ask, did I say anything? Because honestly, I don't know. But here we are again, okay, at my homepage for my channel, The Object of Art. Well, I always do this just so that you know you're in the right place, The Object of Art. And to my returning viewers, welcome back. And thank you for coming back. To those of you who might have stumbled upon this and you've never seen any of my videos before, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being interested. I appreciate it greatly. And I'm going to take care of church announcements before I get into anything else. Once again, if you're here after watching another video, thank you for coming back. And if you're brand new and you've never seen my videos, once again, thank you for looking at it. Consider, after you're done watching the video, liking, commenting, subscribing, tell a friend, share the video. That's good too. And if you don't like the video, let me know. Hit the dislike button. Go ahead, do it. Hit the dislike button, and in the comments, tell me why you didn't like it. Because I'm dying to know if there's something I could have done better or what have you. So that's it. That's it for church announcements. And let me just get right into it. I have been doing, as you can see, from my excuse me, from my videos tab. Okay, I've been a little bit busy lately. I took a little bit of a hiatus, not much of one, but I needed a little tiny week-long break between my Banksy video and my latest Understanding the Shining video. So that was what, 8 days, so a little over a week. I've been busy. I'm still busy, but I wanted to do this video because, again, it helps me cope. It gives me something to concentrate on. It helps me organize my thoughts. And it's fun. It's fun. I enjoy it a great deal. So I'm going to do this video today. I think I'm going to get back to my roots today. And it's interesting that I chose that phrase, get back to my roots today, because that's kind of what I'm going to talk about in at least what I plan to talk about in this video. I was going to say, I'm going to make this a quick video. And then I said to myself, no, don't say that, because it's a lie. It's a lie. It's not going to be a quick video. If you're lucky, it'll be an hour long. That's a quick video for me. I'm having a cup of coffee, so also check out my coffee break videos. I'm having a lot of fun with those. I'm going to make one in a couple of days, too, after I'm done with this one. Then I'll take a couple days off, deal with business, deal with work, deal with everything else, cooking, cleaning, shopping, you know what it is. And then get back to doing a coffee break video, because I'm going to need a coffee break after I'm done with all of that. Let me take a sip. Okay. So, like I said I'm going to get back to my roots today. What are my roots on this channel? Well, let me scroll down here so you can see what my roots are. Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is my roots. All right, that's how I started this channel. This is my welcome video, which isn't very good, I have to admit, but I'm keeping it up because I'm the kind of person I like to live with my mistakes and learn from them. And this is my first official Hunter Biden video where I do an overview of the Fall 2021 exhibition at the Georges Berger Gallery in New York City. and it has 33 views, which is interesting. And then the video I did right after that one is, my review. I guess I'll call it that, my review of Hunter Biden's painting that's part of this exhibition, Bluebird and Coyote. So this is my roots, and I'm back to my roots. Okay, we're going to talk about Hunter today. We're going to talk about Hunter Biden's painting. The last Hunter Biden painting video I did was a month ago, Mother and Daughter. Okay, and this is 37 or so minutes. That's a short video for me, as you can see. So make of that what you will. I want to get back into the true crime as well. I want to do another exorcist video. I want to do some more, actual art history video. Well, not actual, but you know what I mean, like more academic, more scholarly art history videos. And I'm gonna have to, actually. I'm gonna have to like really get into it. But I love doing these fun videos because they're just, they're enjoyable for me. So let me go to our base camp, is what I called it, the Georges Berger Gallery website, and Hunter Biden's page on that website, which I will include in the description, a link to this. I always include my links. And for a refresher, his exhibition at this gallery in the fall of last year, 2021, was called The Journey Home. And that could mean all kinds of things. Where is home? Where is home? And what does this journey consist of? Is it his personal journey? Or is it, he's apparently very heavily influenced by somebody, Joseph Campbell, the hero's journey, that Joseph Campbell. Is he just kind of inspired by Joseph Campbell and maybe similar people's work, academically? Or is he talking about the hero's journey? Is he the hero? Right? Does Hunter think of himself as the hero? Or maybe he's not talking about himself at all. Maybe he's talking about the collective. Maybe he's talking about humankind and our journey. And, home, whatever that is, wherever that is. I don't know. But, Hunter, Mr. Biden, if you're listening, I know that's a real fat chance that he's listening to this video. But, sir, if you are listening to this, drop me a comment in the under the video. Let me know if I got any of this right, because I have no way of knowing. I don't know this man. I really don't know this man. Most of us do not. Most all of us do not know this person. All we know is what we've read about him on the internet and social media and the gossip rags, but we don't know this guy. And there's that one commenter that YouTube very conveniently censored for me. I didn't do it. I swear, I didn't do it. That said I was glorifying Hunter Biden. No, I'm not. Damn it, I'm not glorifying Hunter Biden. I'm analyzing his work, his artwork. I'm not talking about his personal life. No. Maybe a little bit when I did this video, where is it? Mother and Daughter. I talked about how this might be him dealing with something that happened in his past. That's part of his life and probably had a huge effect on him. That's a lifelong effect. And if you want to know what it is, go ahead and watch the video. But, I don't know this person. I don't know this person. I'm just looking at the art. And trying to figure out what he's saying, what he's trying to communicate in the pictures, in the paintings. If he's communicating anything. I very strongly assume that something is being communicated in these works that Hunter has done. My interpretation of what might be going on, I could be totally wrong. I probably am at least somewhat wrong, but I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying looking at his work. I'm enjoying thinking about it. I'm enjoying talking about it. And Yeah, he is a controversial figure for all the reasons that you could Google. You go ahead and you Google him, his name, all kinds of stuff is going to come up. And I'm not talking about any of that here. I'm not. I might talk about his father, the president, in my next coffee video. And, this is a little teaser for that. Stay tuned because you might enjoy it. I'm gonna have fun in my next coffee video. I think I've kind of decided. I've made my choice that I'm going to talk about his father, not in a bad way. No. I'm going to be respectful. Okay, so don't, I'm respectful of him. I'm respectful of his father. I'm respectful of Rudy. I'm respectful of everybody. Okay, except Banksy. Banksy can go to hell. Banksy can go take a flying leap. Oh, okay. That's it. I got that out of my system. But, so what are we going to talk about today? I've already talked about, what was it, 7 of them? 7? Yeah, I did part 7 last time when I talked about Hunter. Today is going to be part 8. And the painting I'm going to talk about is this one that I'm circling with my cursor. Untitled on canvas number 1. It's numbered. It's number 1. Okay, now let me click on it. It's called Untitled on Canvas. And again, these letters are teensy weensy at the bottom here. But I can read them because I've got my good glasses on. Untitled on Canvas number 1. Mixed media on paper. So we're not dealing with Yupo here, which is interesting. But it's on canvas. All right. It's 60 inches this away. It's 60 inches tall by 48 inches wide. That's 5 feet by 4 feet. That's a sizable painting. Okay, that's not, again, he doesn't paint small from what I can see here. He likes a good, nice big piece of canvas to work on, which a lot of artists do because it's fun for them. A lot of painters love painting big. And it seems like Hunter is part of that club, the Big Painters Club. And I opened this in another tab. Now look at this thing. This is interesting. I'm going to briefly describe what we're looking at here. What you can see, it's obvious that we're looking at a human face here. Okay, eyes, 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, ears, a neck. Maybe you could call this a bust. I guess you could, huh? It's bald. Okay, this human figure is bald, but there's no skin color. There's no, commonly accepted skin color, like, Caucasian person or an Asian person or somebody whose ancestors were in Africa or whatever. No, there's nothing like that. It's some kind of pattern. And it's multicolored. There's blue, there's orange, there's purple, there's, what's this, gray, green, yellow, and so on and so forth. And then outside of the outline of this human head or bust is a very similar pattern or very similar design with very similar similar appearance. These pointed, these little dots, like pointillistic dots, right? And what are they? I don't know. Are they animal shapes? Are they nature shapes, like hills or rocks or I don't know? But they are shapes and they're multicolored and they have their own contours and their own outlines. Okay, and we've got a line drawn across the canvas here, and above this line, I don't know what this line represents. To be completely honest, it could be anything. It could be a horizon. It could be some kind of line of demarcation, a border. A limit of some kind. This band here that looks like this kind of I don't know, like camo green color, right? It looks like it could be just a band, or it looks like, it could be interpreted, this band of color, or this band of this dotted green design. It could be interpreted as receding into space. So maybe it's a surface of something. I don't know. Is it, like I said, is a horizon line? Is this water? I'm not sure. And I can't be, because this is pretty abstract. Everything outside of this human head is pretty abstract. And then above this line and this band of variously shaded color, you have more of these dotted points design. Okay, and it's a different color. It's a different set of colors than this down here underneath this line, but it's very similar. And then you have this writing here. Okay, it seems like somebody's handwriting, probably Hunter's handwriting. And I wanted to be absolutely sure of what I was looking at. So of course, I took a portion of this text and I typed it into the Google search, and I looked it up to see what it is. Is it a quote from somewhere? That was my first thought. Is it a quote from somewhere? Possibly. No, not possibly, definitely. And I found it, but at the time when I was looking at it, I said, oh, maybe this is possibly a quote from some source. And I found the source. So without further ado, this is it. He starts here and he ends here. Okay. One path only is left for us to speak of, namely that it is, it with a capital I, that it is. In this path are very many tokens that what is. This is a mess. In this path are very many tokens that what is uncreated and indestructible, for it is complete, immovable, and without end. Nor was it ever, nor will it be, for now it is, all at once a continuous one. Now, you might be wondering, as I was wondering, what is this? What is this? Where is it from? Who wrote it? So of course I looked that up. This page, that it's a Wikisource page, Fragments of Parmenides. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this is from a book by Parmenides, translated by John Burnett. I will leave the link for you to explore this. It's excerpted from chapter 4 of Early Greek Philosophy. Okay, that gives us another clue. This is Greek philosophy. All right, and when we say Greek, we mean ancient Greece. So, where's the quote? There it is. Hunter zeroed in on this and copied it and wrote it on his canvas here for this painting, which is called, what is it called? Untitled on Canvas, number 1. Number 1, okay? Is the number significant? Does the number mean something? Possibly. Possibly. I can't be sure. But he made a point of taking this and transcribing it onto his canvas. Now, who is Parmenides? Well, here we go. Thank you, Wikipedia, once again. Parmenides of Elea. I hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly, and forgive me if I'm not. Parmenides of Elea, late 6th or early 5th century BC, was a pre-Socratic Greek philosopher from Elea in Magna Graecia. Okay, and here's the bust. This is what a bust is. Okay, that's why I said this looks like a bust, because a bust is just the head and shoulder, and barely the shoulders in some cases. But bust of Parmenides discovered at Velia through, I can't read today, sorry, thought to have been partially modeled on a Metrodorus bust. Okay, cool. Era, pre-Socratic philosophy, region, Western philosophy, school, Eleatic school, Notable student Zeno of Elea. Main interest, ontology and cosmology. All right, let's keep going. Who was this person? Parmenides has been considered the founder of ontology or metaphysics and has influenced the whole history of Western philosophy. He was the founder of the Eleatic school of philosophy, which also included Zeno of Elea and Melissus of Samos. Zeno's paradoxes of motion were to defend Parmenides' view. The single known work by Parmenides is a poem whose original title is unknown, but which is often referred to as On Nature. Only fragments of it survive, but its importance lies in the fact that it contains the first sustained argument in the history of Western philosophy. In his poem, Parmenides prescribes two views of reality. In The Way of Truth, a part of the poem, he explains how all reality is one. Change is impossible, and existence is timeless, uniform, and necessary. In The Way of Opinion, Parmenides explains the world of appearances, in which one's sensory faculties lead to conceptions which are false and deceitful, yet he does offer a cosmology. Let me open up that one too, because I opened up a couple of them, but Parmenides' views have remained relevant in philosophy, even thousands of years after his death. Alexius Meinong, much like Parmenides, defended the view that even the Golden Mountain is real since it can be talked about. The rivalry between Heraclitus and Parmenides has also been reintroduced in debates in the philosophy of time between A theory and B theory. I don't know what that is, y'all. I don't know what that is. I'm not very bright. I don't know everything there is to know. I simply don't. And I don't think anybody does. But that's why we have Wikipedia. That's why we have Google. That's why we have libraries. Because, we can't fit all of that in our brains, even if we were the smartest person on planet Earth. And I always say, I'm starting to sound like Foghorn Leghorn. I always say, the measure of whether or not you're educated is not how much stuff you know. It's about whether or not you know how and where to locate information when you need it. Or if you want to know it for whatever reason, maybe you don't need it, but you're curious and you want to know, and you know where to find it. You know what part of the library to go to, or you know to go to the library, or you know how to do keyword searches real well, or whatever, right? Now this Parmenides person, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm going to leave this for you to enjoy in your own time. But, it mentions, what's up with Parmenides. He's okay, so he's pre-Socratic, born about 515 BC. That was a long time ago. As the article here says, thousands of years ago. All right. So this is definitely before the time of Christianity. This is definitely ancient Greece. This is definitely in ancient Greece. You don't have to know everything about it. You don't have to know all of Greek history. You don't have to know all about Greek philosophy and Greek theater and stuff like that to realize, to be able to see pretty clearly that the ancient Greeks had a huge influence on everything that came after them, at least in the Western world, including us now, in the Western world at least, probably beyond. It's not just Europe and the United States. No, their influence is carried over all over the world. And let me apologize right now, because again, my allergies are kicking my ass, and my nose is all congested, so I keep having to swallow post-nasal drip as I talk, so please forgive me. But yeah, so these ancient Greeks, Their influence is far and wide, and to this day, their writings and their thinkings and their creations and their art and what have you influence the way we do things right now. Is Hunter commenting on that? Now, what it says here about this person, this individual, this philosopher person, he is considered the founder of ontology or metaphysics, okay, and has influenced the whole of again, I can't read today, I don't know what's wrong with me, whole history of Western philosophy, okay? When I read this description, it reminds me a lot of Rene Descartes. So, I know a little Rene Descartes. This guy came before Rene Descartes, so probably Rene was influenced or inspired by him somehow. All right. His views have remained relevant in philosophy even thousands of years after his death. Pre-Socratic. Western philosophy. All right. And he was, what was he? In ontology. I'm just going to read the definition right quick so you have sort of again, can't talk today. So you have sort of a directional guide, right? Ontology is the branch of philosophy that studies concepts such as existence, being, becoming, and reality. It includes the questions of how entities are grouped into basic categories and which of these entities exist on the most fundamental level. Ontology is sometimes referred to as the science of being and belongs to the major branch of philosophy known as metaphysics. Did I click on metaphysics? Yes, I did. Metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that studies the fundamental nature of reality, the first principles of being, identity and change, space and time, causality, necessity, and possibility. It includes questions about the nature of consciousness, and the relationship between mind and matter, between substance and attribute, and between potentiality and actuality. The word metaphysics comes from two Greek words that together literally mean after or behind or among, the study of the natural. It has been suggested that the term might have been coined by a first-century Common Era editor who assembled various small selections of Aristotle's works into the treatise we now know by the name Metaphysics. Metaphysics studies questions related to what it is for something to exist and what types of existence there are. Metaphysics seeks to answer in an abstract and fully general manner the questions, what is there? And number 2, what is it like? Oh dear. Yeah. Topics of metaphysical investigation include existence, objects and their properties, space and time, cause and effect, and possibility. Metaphysics is considered one of the 4 main branches of philosophy, along with epistemology, logic, and ethics. Okay, y'all. So, ontology, it has to do with existence. Okay. Metaphysics has to do with the nature of reality. Are you confused yet? Because I know I am. Oh, Lord. This is the problem with philosophy. It's sometimes very difficult to be clear what you're talking about, or what you mean, or the person that you're reading, their work, you're reading it, what are they talking about? What do they mean? Because like many things, maybe you've heard of like lawyers, right? Lawyers speak legalese. And they're words that you and I can recognize, but they have a different meaning in a legal context, right? Same thing with philosophy. They're words that you and I can recognize and we maybe even use on a daily basis. But when it's talk about philosophy, they seem to either have a different meaning, or they seem to, what's a good way to put it? The words kind of power up. They gain some sort of function, or I don't know what. And that's why this is extremely difficult to study. So if you meet somebody and they've been studying philosophy, don't say anything smart, because they could probably outthink you very quickly. But let me keep going. What else? Oh, cosmology. Okay, so this Parmenides was concerned or dealt with cosmology as well. What is cosmology? Cosmology, world, and study of the world, is a branch of metaphysics dealing with the nature of the universe. The term cosmology was first used in English in 1656 in Thomas Blount's Glossographia, and in 1731 taken up in Latin by German philosopher Christian Wolff in Cosmologia Generalis. Religious or mythological cosmology is a body of beliefs based on mythological, religious, and esoteric literature and traditions of creation myths and eschatology. In the science of astronomy, it is concerned with the study of the chronology of the universe. Okay. So this guy was interested in all these things, or had to do with all of these things in his writing. So he's basically interested in everything. Everything that ever is and ever was and ever will be. Okay? This is the quote of the person that Hunter decided to include in his painting Untitled on canvas number 1. Number 1 is significant because he's trying to tell you something with that number 1. Because number 1 comes before number 2. Okay? Number 1 comes before number 2. And number 1 comes after number 0. Did I make any sense right there? I don't know. But something about this is telling me that he wants to go back to the beginning. And this guy, Parmenides, the quote, right, is from this Parmenides person. That's the beginning. The beginning of what? The beginning of what? Or Parmenides is sort of not indicative. He's symbolic of the beginning. And okay, so the beginning of what? Let's go back to the painting. The beginning of what? The beginning of what I was talking about a minute ago. All right, the ancient Greeks, their influence, philosophy, art, politics, war, organizing cities and people and economics, and it's still with us. Religious influence is still with us for thousands of years. For thousands of years, it's still there. Okay? The Mesopotamians came before them, the Egyptians came before them. But these Greeks, for some reason, they have this influence that we just can't shake off. We just can't shake off. And the question is why? What was so great about them? Or maybe not what was so great about them. Maybe what was so awful about them. You know, because they're like, gosh, you know, I'm not talking about modern day Greece. No, I'm talking about ancient Greece, like the Greece that this guy came from, and also Socrates and Aristotle and whoever else, right? They're kind of like a very long-lasting fungus that can't be scrubbed off, or cured, or neutralized, or whatever. They're not going anywhere. Maybe that's what these little dots are. Maybe they're a yeast infection. I don't know. Oh, good heavens. Maybe that was a little too much. for me to say that. But why do I say he's... Okay, we're dealing with the beginning. We're dealing with the beginning. Hunter is trying to point you, or your eyes, your perception, your sensory apparatus in the direction of looking at, viewing, observing, whatever. The beginning for us now isn't what we think it, or I mean, if any of us think anything, it's these Greeks. They seem to have taken a hold and not let go. The Romans were influenced by the Greeks. You know, the Romans are this big bad civilization and culture and whatever. But everything they did was more or less influenced by Greek culture and Greek civilization and Greek thought and so on. And then the Renaissance, much later on, also a revival of ancient Greece and the rediscovery of Greek writings, philosophy, history, science, you name it. So what is up with these Greeks? Are they good or bad? Are they a good fungus or a bad fungus? I don't know. I can't know because I'm not very bright. But I think that's what Hunter is trying to allude to very strongly. Okay? Like I said, let me click out of this and go back to him just staring you down in this photograph. He's not kidding in this photograph. They could have chosen any other picture of him. Okay, they could have chosen he could have smiled. You know, he could have smiled. He definitely could have smiled. No, it's not a scowl, but it's a good stern kind of, he's staring at you. Or maybe mad dogging you. I don't know. You know what it means, mad dogging, when somebody's sort of looking at you. Maybe not in a menacing way, or maybe just in a very stern and cold way. And he's got these glasses on top of his head. He's surrounded by his art in the background. He's got his hand looking like this. And is this a mudra? Is this some kind of hand signal from the ancient world? Is this like Jesus, the sign of benediction? I don't know. And I'm not, I mean, these are just possibilities. I could be totally off my rocker and full of shit, and I don't even know it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So Hunter is there is a theme in this whole exhibition, in his art, as you know, in its entirety, like whatever he's done as far as art on this professional or big time level. Okay. And you know, the kind of, he named it the journey home. What kind of journey? Is it just him on the journey? Is it all of humanity on the journey? And where is home? Is home in the pre-Socratic world? Or is home in the pre-Parmenides world? Is home before Greek philosophy and Greek culture and Greek science and Greek warfare and Greek politics, which can be interpreted as not altogether wonderful? I don't know. And why do I say before, like the beginning? Because he's doing this quote from this philosopher from way back when. And then these designs here. And I took a look and I said, what could this be? And I found this. That is very similar. These dots, these little points, and lots of color and vibrance and you know. And I said, what is this? This is Aboriginal artwork, Australian Aboriginal artwork, okay? And I'm gonna leave this article for you to look at. You can read through this. Now, this is a Wikipedia article on the Aboriginal Australians. Aboriginal Australians are the various indigenous peoples of the Australian mainland and many of its islands, such as Tasmania, Fraser Island, Hinchinbrook Island, the TV Islands, and Groote Eylandt, but excluding the Torres Strait Islands. The term Indigenous Australians refers to Aboriginal Australians and Torres Strait Islanders collectively. It is generally used when both groups are included in the topic being discussed. Torres Strait Islanders are ethnically and culturally distinct despite extensive cultural exchange with some of the Aboriginal groups. The Torres Strait Islands are mostly part of Queensland, but have a separate governmental status. Okay. Little tiny bit of a history and or culture lesson there. And the only reason I'm here on this Wikipedia article about Aboriginal Australians is because I think that he's taken a great deal of inspiration. Sorry for stuttering. A great deal of inspiration from what I just showed you, Aboriginal Australian artwork and these patterns and these colors. All right. And why would he combine that with this subject matter, this quote from this pre-Socratic Greek philosopher? You know, the beginning of the beginning, right? The beginning of the beginning as far as, I guess, what we could call the modern world is concerned. Well, I didn't stop looking at this pattern or looking at Aboriginal art in general. I didn't stop at this Wikipedia page. No, I went ahead and I just, damn it, kitty. Okay. Bye, kitty. Listen, I looked at the word Aboriginal just by itself. Not Aboriginal Australian, but Aboriginal. What does that word mean? We've heard it. We've all heard the word. But how many of us have looked it up? Well, here we go. 1. Being the first or earliest known of its kind present in a region. Number 2, of or relating to the people who have been in a region from the earliest time, of or relating to Aborigines. Okay? All right? Is there any more? I don't know. Autochthonous, born, domestic, endemic, indigenous, native. These are synonyms for the adjective, synonyms for the noun. Aborigine, autochthone, indigene, also indigene, native, and okay. So that's your thesaurus entry as well. All right. So Aboriginal, what does it mean? Being the first or earliest known of its kind present in a region. So he's combining Aboriginal Australian artwork, and I think with special emphasis on the word Aboriginal and just the meaning of that word alone, right? And he's combining that with this here. One path only is left. I'm going to read this again because I messed it up the first time. Probably going to mess it up again too, but let's try anyway. One path only is left for us to speak of, namely, that it is. In this path are very many tokens that what is created. Shit. Let me try it again. I'm sorry. I'm having a bad day. One path only is left for us to speak of, namely, that it is. In this path are very many tokens that what is uncreated and indestructible, for it is complete, immovable, and without end. Nor was it ever, nor will it be, for now it is, all at once, a continuous one. Okay, I think that's the best take yet. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? I don't know. Sounds like it means something. A continuous one. Really? That it. Oh, I'm not going to do it because YouTube already copyright struck me because I showed 3 seconds of The Shining. So I'm not about to fuck around and and do anything cute again. I didn't know it was cute at the time, but copyright strike let me know real quick. But those of you who are fans of Mike Patton, Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, whatever, you've heard the song Epic. What is it? What Mike Patton has not told us what it is. I don't know if he ever will, but there it is. So Did Mike Patton read Parmenides? Or whoever wrote that. I don't know. I don't know the history of the song. But one path only is left for us to speak of, namely that it is. What is it? It's it. What is it? Oh, God help us all. Because we don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. Which reminds me about when I mentioned the song. Everybody keeps telling me I need to do a Spotify list. And I guess I will. I guess I will. Because I'm going to give the public what they want. Again, people who know me outside of this anonymity on YouTube, they know my taste in music. And they say, you got to do a Spotify list. And I say, oh, come on now. And I guess I will. I just have to find some time to actually sit down and do the damn thing. But yeah, Mike Patton and Faith No More and whatever, they're going to be on there. And I'm going to put Epic on there. I'm going to put a whole bunch of Faith No More songs and Mr. Bungle songs and Sepultura. Oh, again, since we're talking about this subject, Aboriginal Australians, Aboriginal art, and Hunter seems to be very heftily borrowing from this artistic tradition, right? Sepultura, Roots, Bloody Roots. I wish I could put that in as a background to this song, or like the intro or the outro or whatever. But so what the hell is Hunter trying to say? And there's this kind of genderless, featureless. I mean, you could tell it has eyes, but that's about it. Eyes, maybe a nose and lips, and it's human. It's human, or is it an alien? How do we know? But it's a face that we can interpret as a human face, coupled with this quote, the beginning of the I'll just go ahead and say it, bullshit. Okay, and also combined with what I think is a design that he's put on here that's very, 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 very reminiscent of Australian Aboriginal art. Sheesh. Hunter. Again, if you're listening, I'm just trying to figure out your art, because I think there's a lot to talk about here. I think you've done a pretty awesome job with these paintings of yours. And I want to figure out what it is that you're trying to say. Sir. What is up with this painting? And all the other ones, for that matter. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not very bright. I'm not very smart. I mean, I could not ever tap dance through philosophy. And I think Hunter is a big fan of philosophy. It said so in one of those articles that I featured in my prior videos about Hunter and his art. He's a lawyer. He has a damn good education. Okay. All right. So he's probably been exposed to all these different ideas. He probably knows, or has at least read a good deal of Greek philosophy during his education and probably beyond. He seems interested in it. And he's trying to incorporate it into his art. He thinks, is this a critique of Greek philosophy? Or these ideas that come from ancient Greece that are influencing us still to this day? The journey home. Where's home? Is it the world pre-Greece? Or pre-civilization of any kind whatsoever? I mean, is that the ideal state? Hunter-gatherers and that kind of thing. What's up? What's going on? What's going on? We don't know. I mean, if we knew what was going on, the world wouldn't be the mess that it is, right? But maybe he's commenting on that too. The world is a mess because of people like this guy. I'm just speculating. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there, right? We're trying to figure out the world. Humankind, all right, has always been trying to figure out their surroundings, their environment, and manipulate it. manipulated. Why? That's one question. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't think Parmenides knew either. I don't think anybody knows. Gosh, I've been talking for a little while, haven't I? Coming up on 50 minutes. Did I say anything? Hunter wants to go to the not just pre-Christian world, and I say pre-Christian because there's a lot of snakes in these paintings that I'm going to be talking about in the future. Then when I see a snake, I automatically think of the Garden of Eden, but maybe I shouldn't. Snakes are not. That's not the only place where they have any kind of symbolic meaning. There's plenty of other cultures and plenty of other places on planet Earth, now and before, that have used snakes as symbols of all kinds of stuff. So I need to check myself regarding that. But so Hunter isn't just talking... Hello, Hunter. There you are. He's not talking about just the pre-Christian world. The pagan world, if you will. No, he's talking about the pre-Socratic world. He's taken us all the way back to this guy. And with his choice of these designs and colors and patterns and whatever, he's taken us to the first or earliest known of its kind present in a region. Really. The first or earliest earliest known of its kind. The first or earliest known of its kind present in a region, of or relating to the people who have been in a region for the earliest time. What is that? What are we talking about here? How does that relate to Greek philosophy? Pre-Socratic Greek philosophy. Where does it come from? Why is it important? How does a philosopher become a philosopher? Or how did that happen in the ancient world? Like, how did, who told this guy, Parmenides, and whoever else, any of his contemporaries or whatever, who said to them, okay, sit down, and write down your thoughts? Because we think your thoughts are important. Who did that? Who prompted Parmenides or Socrates or whoever, for that matter, to sit down and say, yeah, write down your stuff, write down your thoughts. We're gonna use those somehow. We're gonna try and figure the world out. Or you go ahead and you sit down and you just think about shit and write it down, and we'll go from there. We'll do something with it. Is that what philosophy is? I don't know. I sound like an idiot, don't I? But it doesn't matter. So anyway, you guys, this is my video. Which one in the series? I keep forgetting because today is not a good day for my brain. Part 8. Last time was part 7. Today we're doing part 8 of Art Explained, Hunter Biden. Okay, so part 8, and the painting that we're dealing with today is Untitled on canvas. Number 1. Okay? I don't know which one I want to do next time. I think these over here, these ones that look, quite reminiscent of stained glass, these are going to be tough. I can tell you that right now. But, so maybe next time, I'm going to save this tree one for last, the one that's in that creepy room in the gallery. Which one do I want to do next time? This one, Untitled on Yupo. And that's it, and that's all. Just Untitled on Yupo. No number, no nothing. Just Untitled on, that's what I'm going to click on it just to give you a preview. This one's going to be a whole bunch of fun. A whole bunch of fun. And why am I doing it after this one? Just take a good look at this over here, this upper right corner. Okay. I talked about Australia. I might be talking about it again next time. We shall see. So you guys, where's Hunter? We're going to have him play us off. Once again, thank you for watching. Whether you're a new or a returning viewer, Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. You're wonderful. And once again, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button and let me know in the comments what I did wrong, what I said wrong. I'm okay with that. Other than that, I guess that's it for today. Until next time, right? Next time, like I said, I'm going to come back with a coffee video. And I'm planning on doing another exorcist video. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. The coffee video should be fun. Especially if you're a conspiracy aficionado. Dun dun dun. Yeah. And don't take it seriously, because, I'm not very reliable. So other than that, once again, thank you. I can't say that enough. I can't say thank you enough. There's more than 19 of you now, but I'm not going to tell you the number because I don't want to jinx it. So, yeah, that's it. Next time, coffee in a couple of days, I guess. And until then, have a great week. Have a great day. Have a great evening, wherever you are right now. And until my coffee video, I will go ahead and until I find another reason to talk at you, I will go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So, bye-bye, everybody.